Hey guys, I'm back with a writing lesson, and this lesson is all about getting serious about spelling in your stories. Um, you guys are choosing a lot more difficult words, I'm sure, to try to write down in your stories, like maybe the word frightened or awful, and maybe even brilliant. Instead of saying somebody was smart, they were brilliant. Um, and if you're not, you should be trying to use some of those more sophisticated words, those harder words that older kids use in their writing. And sometimes we call those words sparkle words because they add sparkle to your stories. And another word is that I'm going to use is that I'm so delighted. Instead of saying I'm happy, I'm delighted to see those of you that are using those harder words in your writing. And some of you want to write words that you've never written before, and some of you might be a little scared to write them, to try them, but you already know a lot about spelling. And you need to try to write these harder words um, in your stories to make your stories more interesting and add a better picture in the reader's mind. And you just try the best you can. And one of the charts that is under the writing tools, and I'm going to put attached to this lesson, it looks a little different from this one, but it has all the same things on it. Ways to spell words. I think this version is in the writing tools. It says you can do it. And you can say it and slide it, hear the sounds. You can listen for words inside. We talked about that, sound it out part by part. You can use snap words that might be inside of a big word. Use words you know to write words you don't know. And listen for the syllables. Remember, you can clap the syllables out of the words. Clap the syllables of the words. So, good writers often choose special and fancy words to bring sparkle to their stories, and they remember all the things that we have learned about spelling words since the beginning of the year. So if I was writing a story about my character Max, and maybe this time he went to the beach and he was in the ocean and he was splashing in the waves. And I want to write the word splashing. Now that's a hard word. Should I just leave it out of my story? No. Hey, I can think about all the things that I've learned about spelling this year, and I can be daring and brave and try to spell the word the best I can. So watch me write the word splashing. Spl, spl, ah, sh, ing. And I know ing is ing. And the one thing that you want to try to do now when you're spelling these harder words is not spell each sound like sp, ooh. Spell the word in parts. Listen for the parts of the word. Spool, ash, ing. And it will be easier for you to spell the word when you think about it in parts. Now, what if I wanted to write that Max was running out of the water and he fell down and twisted his foot? Twisted. Well, I can do the same thing. Twa is TW. I hear the I sound. St, the blend. Twisted. And I know it is really ED. That's one sound of ED. Another thing that you can do is try different spellings and see which one looks right. So if I was trying to spell the word twisted, let me erase splashing here. If I was trying to spell the word twisted, maybe I would try some different ways to that I thought it could be spelled. Twisted, and maybe like maybe this way I think it might be spelled, or with two T's in the middle, or the last way. Well, I look at this one, twistad. Tad, no. It's more like I, not ah. And I know EE is the vowel team that says E, usually twisted, no. And then twisted. I don't think it has two T's. I think this is the one that looks right. So you can try different ways and see which one looks right. And the more words that you see in your books and the more words that you try to spell, you'll start to recognize which words, which spelling looks right. So brave writers choose sparkle words whenever they write. It makes your story more interesting. It makes your story come to life. It makes a better picture in the reader's mind. And you won't always know how to spell these harder words, but you need to work hard and use everything you know about spelling to write them and spell them the best that you can. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. Now I'm also going to attach this bubble map that I started called Sparkle Words, and I put the ones that I said earlier on there: brilliant, and frightened, and awful, and delighted, and I added exhausted, which means very, very tired. And you can print this out if you would like and use it and add your own sparkle words to it.